What we were promised was sensitive and selective clearing, fire fuel management. What we have is a fire track, a 10-metre clear felling. That isn't fire fuel reduction, that's clear felling. Complete difference between the two. And totally inappropriate in that urban environment where you've completely changed an amenity. One week you have a nature reserve with a very narrow trail, 18 inches perhaps, completely covered in canopy, keep you cool in the summer, and screening off suburbia to the east so you don't see any of the houses. Within a week you've now created a wasteland. Yeah, fire fuel reduction in the Kananook Creek reserves is something we take very seriously because it's the reason why we started a fire in 1988. And the management plan of 1992 was very specific in terms of fire protection measures. And since then, the Kananook Creek Association with the Council have been doing fire fuel reduction consistently for over 20 years in this area, and that involves work completely through the year, not just 1 week before the fire season or during the fire season. And so we've been able to successfully manage fire risk here for 20 years. About 2 or 3 weeks ago we heard that the council were quite concerned about their liabilities and risks, and they needed to urgently implement fire protection. So we heard that they were going to do some fire fuel reduction works, which we understood to be sensitive and selective. Nothing like a clear fell or a fire track 10 metres wide through the reserve, which completely changes the amenity for the community here.
Well, Robert couldn't come to this meeting that was called by the council, and it included people who were representing fire prevention officers and the conservation officers. And we were told that we were going to have a very sensitive treatment for this clearing for the fire prevention. And we were told that there was a map that was given to us as an example, with only tiny little pockets that were going to be cleared behind the houses that were closest to the fence. They didn't mention anything about clear felling, they didn't mention anything about taking out young plants, young trees that were struggling up, that we'd planted for years and years, keeping them going through the drought. And we were very upset because we just had no idea it was going to be so devastating.
And unfortunately I wasn't at the meeting, but Meredith was at a meeting which we convened, an information night for residents to hear from the fire protection officer, council's fire protection officer, what was proposed to happen. All we can say is this is nothing like what we thought was going to happen.